Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and once again, like I was a few weeks ago, I'm coming to you live from Mallorca. Well, not live, this is a video, it's pre-recorded, but I'm coming to you from Mallorca is the message. I'm on my holidays again. Yes, I'm awful good to myself. Get over it. Nah, seriously, I'm here to do my business. I'm going about things as normal, despite the fact that I'm in another country. I am enjoying myself, but this is also my job. I need to make money, so we're here making a video today. A few things to actually talk about and check up on after what was a very quiet weekend, of course, for Celtic. A game that was postponed on Saturday. Celtic didn't take on Livingston, so it felt a little bit empty, didn't it? There wasn't a lot to speak about over the past couple of days in relation to Celtic, hence the reason there was no videos on the channel. Don't worry, I've not ripped it yet over here. There just wasn't a lot to talk about, but today, as the week begins, we have got a few bits of news to speak about in relation to the club and us moving forward this week. So we're going to try and cover all of that today and have a little bit of fun alongside it. It is obviously difficult over here to edit and stuff to the same standard that I normally would back home, so apologies for any difference in quality, whether it be lighting, sound, the editing process. It's all very raw over here with just a laptop and the basic equipment, so I'm sure you can forgive me, but make sure to hit like and subscribe because we are this close to 36,000 subscribers, so let's try and get over the line this week as Celtic prepare to continue on their Champions League campaign on Wednesday night. So talking about Wednesday night, that is of course Celtic's next game, but we do have confirmation that football will go ahead as normal this weekend. Look, we done the live stream on the channel last week where we spoke about the postponement of the Livingston game and the potential that the game against St Mirren this weekend could also be postponed. And I said in that live stream that I assumed that it would have been due to the Queen's funeral coming up and bank holidays being thrown in left, right, and centre. I had a feeling that it might have been postponed, but no, it will go on. So if you've got tickets for the game at St Mirren Park, lucky you, because you'll be able to go, and we'll all be able to watch from home as the fixtures around the SPFL go back to normal and the football resumes. And it had to happen. Listen, I'm not going to get into my opinions on the politics side of it again. If you want to see all of that, go back and check the live stream, but it has to continue on as normal. We don't have time to postpone these fixtures, and it's just not good enough for teams like, not just Celtic, every team in the league, because they need to get these games played. The unexpected breaks obviously aren't great in terms of continuing form or consistency. It's kind of stop-start. And not every team in Scotland has the luxury like Celtic, Rangers and Hearts do of playing European football. So despite the fact that we might not have games at the weekend, at least we have got the opportunity to keep the fitness in the legs and the minutes in the legs of players when we're playing these European games. But other clubs obviously not getting that courtesy if games are being cancelled. So they are back to normal this weekend. I'm sure the majority of you anyway will be happy to hear that. If you're not happy to hear that, have a word with yourself. The SPFL statement said, following confirmation of the postponement of all fixtures in the professional game across Scotland last weekend, as a mark of respect for the passing of Her Majesty the Queen, we can confirm the intention for the professional game to resume as normal. Celtic St Mirren, of course, this weekend at St Mirren Park. It is televised. It will be on Sunday, 12 o'clock on Sky Sports. Back to normal. So great news on that front. I'll be looking forward to watching it over here and match previewing it and all that jazz. But it's good that the football is going to return to normal. The second story today we're going to touch on is something else that I brought up on the channel last week, and that was the talk that Ange Postecoglou could go to Brighton. The fact he was favourite for the job as well. As I said in that live stream chat about the potential of Ange leaving, it was never going to happen. He was never going to go to Brighton, and Ange Postecoglou himself has confirmed that he has no interest in the Brighton job. Just what it was a nothing story anyway. Listen, we'd done that live stream. The only reason I'd done it was because it was kind of a quiet day. We had to talk about something, and I suppose it was kind of on everybody's mind. Ange Brighton links, blah blah blah. I thought we'd discuss it, but in that discussion live stream, what did I keep saying? Never going to happen. We're never going to see Ange Postecoglou leave Celtic to go to Brighton. Ange's next move is an elite club, in my opinion, and no disrespect to Brighton, but it's not an elite club. He's playing European football here with Celtic at the moment. I don't think Brighton are a club who'll be challenging for European football anytime soon. I think that Ange knows himself that it would be quite a daft move at this stage. I mean, he's barely got started here at Celtic, to tell you the truth, but the Telegraph has reported that Postecoglou is not interested in leaving the club, especially to Brighton with the links there. It looks as though that ain't going to happen. I mean, why would he be interested in leaving Celtic right now? You know, we're winning trophies, we're on a fantastic run of form, the board have backed him massively, we're in the Champions League. There's nothing right now that I think could lure Postecoglou away. And as I said in that stream as well, if a club does come calling and they're offering, you know, the one thing is wages. Wages could take anybody anywhere. We know that. Money talks. But I think if any club like Brighton were to come and offer Ange Postecoglou a contract, I really do believe, and I'm not trying to be naive about it, I really genuinely believe that Dermot Desmond would sit down with Ange and give him the same figure and or more. Because right now, they must realise the worth that Ange Postecoglou brings to Celtic, not just in terms of success, but the commercial side of it as well. You know, the Australian supporters have started following the club. Obviously, we've tapped into that Japanese market. Just the way everything is right now, commercially, would be huge. It would be a huge loss for Dermot Desmond if Postecoglou was to end up anywhere. So, you know, there's so much that I think would keep him at this club, and I think that Dermot Desmond would throw the money at him. But it's nice to see anyway. And as I expected, as I said, a nothing story, but no interest at all. We're going to see Ange at Celtic for a long, long time. Tom Rogic has finally got a new club. He has moved to West Bromwich Albion. Yes, signed for the Baggies this morning in the Championship. Good luck to Tom. It's nice to see him back with a club, obviously after a kind of extended pre-season, you could say, for him. I don't know what his training regime has been like. I don't know what he's been up to in that sense, but it seems like he's been having fun, and that's the main thing. So he's now stepped back into football, took some time away from it. He's had a very intense, decade with Celtic, almost. And, you probably do want a break after that. The constant winning. You deserve a wee lounge about after winning so much. So he's back into football now. It's nice to see that he's got to move down south in England, because obviously there was all that talk that he would maybe end up in somewhere like Singapore or maybe back in Australia, and just weird, bizarre moves. I think people were touting him with a move to Lenny's team in Cyprus. But the fact that he's actually signing for a kind of, a bigger club in the Championship is good, because I want to see him go down there and tear it apart and show everybody the quality that he's got, because he's fantastic. And I've already seen the jokes on Twitter that he's already the best West Brom player ever. And listen, I think he is past his best, Tom Rogic, but he's certainly such a talent, and he'll blow them away, I think. I think that he'll give West Brom fans a really good show, and I'm hoping he does well in the Championship, maybe get promotion to the Premier League. I think they've had quite a rocky start, West Brom, but, he'll be there for a couple of years to compete. And hopefully he finds himself in the Premier League. Hopefully he has a big part to play. All the best to him. But it's just nice to see him back in football. And to finish up on what is basically a catch-up or a roundup, you could say, for today's video, Celtic's next game, of course, does come on Wednesday. We await the Ange Postecoglou pre-match press conference, which I imagine will take place sometime tomorrow afternoon. So we'll get all our news leading into the game, and obviously I'll have a preview out before I head to Poland as well tomorrow night. So, we'll talk about all of that tomorrow, but it's good that the Champions League, I like this kind of thick and fast Champions League group stage. I must admit, now I know we're on a break till October after this weekend, but I like that we've played back-to-back. I like us getting these games played, test ourselves. A lot of people will argue, break's better, gives you time to kind of reconvene and stuff. I like that we're getting them played fast, I really do. I think that lets us carry on in our stride, and we played really well against Real Madrid with a lot of great positives to take away from that game, and it should give us a lot of faith heading to Poland on Wednesday night. So we can't talk too much about it in terms of team news and such, because obviously we need to wait for Ange Postecoglou to speak. But very excited nonetheless, and I feel confident heading over to a Champions League away game. And it's not every day you say that as a Celtic fan, is it? I think it's just a real testament to obviously how good we are at the minute under Ange Postecoglou. But it should be a good game. It would have been nice to have had a test at the weekend against Livingston to kind of gauge it a bit better. Of course, our last game was against Real Madrid, so it'll be a bit weird to kind of go in and judge for us, because the country was on standstill. But Shakhtar, they've been doing well. If you looked at the games over the weekend, everybody having a positive weekend in the group. Of course, Leipzig going under a big change with Marco Rosa coming in charge of the club. Shakhtar won at the weekend. Marian Shved scored again. It's almost written in the stars that he's going to score on Wednesday, isn't it? But listen, if we play the way we're playing, we can really challenge Shakhtar, and I'm looking forward to the game. So we'll see how it comes, but exciting. Tomorrow we'll be on the channel doing the preview for that, and we'll talk about team selection, predictions, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll be in Poland on Wednesday and Thursday, and then back here in Santa Ponsa on Thursday night. So yeah, It's good to get about, I suppose. Apologies, as I said, for any lighting issues or anything like that through the video. I'll try and get it sorted for my next ones from here or on location, whatever I'm doing. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. I hope this has been good enough from overseas. I'm now going to go and jump in the pool because I deserve it. Yeah, like and subscribe. See you all next time.